Shift over to Alabama Senator Mr. Tommy Tuberville. Senator Tuberville, welcome to the show. You may have heard some. What do you think about this? Just weigh in on this, completely unrehearsed. You've got all these private sector layoffs going on. Our panel, distinguished panel, believes it has a lot to do with the technology advances of AI and perhaps quantum computing and related matters. And then there's what the Federal Reserve Central Bank ought to do about it, sir. What do you think?
Well, I totally agree with you. You know, we got AI coming. We got all the things that are going to go with AI. It's going to take some jobs, but it's also going to create some jobs. I was in the education business, Larry, for 35 years. It will create jobs. My son actually is in cyber, and they see more and more people being hired in that area simply for the fact we're working on AI. But I want to say this about your panel there. The one thing I think we're all overlooking is, Larry, if we don't start now, we can't wait if somehow we lose the Senate or lose the House or lose the presidency. We have to start building power plants, and we have to start now. We got to think 10 years down the road, it takes 5 years to build them. We don't have enough electricity to put all this into effect in terms of AI and building more jobs, building up our country. I have people come to my office all the time wanting a manufacturing plant in the state of Alabama. The problem is we don't have the power to actually help all these people that want to come to our state. So we're missing a boat here if we don't get President Trump to expedite regulations, permitting, and get these things built while we're in power.
Well, my impression was very much baked in the cake for policy. I mean, we've had Interior Secretary Doug Burgum and others. They are working on that. I mean, their permitting is coming. More power plants are coming. I mean, part of this is rare earths also, kind of a separate, perhaps related matter. But the whole deregulation, I thought that everybody was, on guard. Chris Wright, the Energy Secretary, I thought that's what they were working on.
I think that's something we all need to keep bringing up, Larry. You might be right, but we don't have time to waste. And again, fast track these permits, get the regulations out of the way, because if the Democrats ever get 1 foot in the door again in terms of running this country, they'll put a complete stop to it. And we've got to have coal, we have to have nuclear, which takes longer, but we have to start now. We have to do gas, everything possible. We talk about all these other things, but if we don't have power to power all these things that we expect to build, it's not going to work.
I hear you on that. I think it's a very important point. Senator, it looks like you're going to get your soybean purchases, your soybean farmer purchases. That apparently is part of the framework of a deal with China. I can't say that definitively. This is what Scott Bessent and the president have been hinting at. We don't know with certainty. Soybean prices have jumped up to $11 a bushel. Are you satisfied? What are you hearing? Have you talked to the president while he's over there?
Well, we haven't talked to him. We had a meeting today with the vice president and our luncheon for the Republicans. We talked a lot about agriculture. Obviously, you got to go back and look at this now. Soybeans, we're having a great crop, but the problem is China has gone from 700 million bushels a year taken from the United States, buying from us, to zero. And so we got to find somewhere to put them, because our farmers are going to go under, Larry. We're going to lose them. And if we lose the farmers, we're really going to be in bad shape, because we saw what happened during COVID, and we don't make drugs, but we have to raise our own food. We have to do that. We have no choice.
Senator, just last one on the shutdown, which is kind of boring, but it's not boring. The air traffic controllers will not be paid as of today. I think they miss a paycheck. Let's see, November 1st, the food stamps program will not be paid out. That's another one. The federal employees union, 800,000 of them, which is a liberal union. They always give money and vote for Democrats. They're saying that the Republican CR should be voted and then we should open up the government again. I just want to ask you, I mean, is this thing reaching some kind of head, some kind of crescendo? You've got all this stuff coming around. What's happening? I know another vote went down today, the 13th vote, if I'm not mistaken. It just seems like more and more people are getting crankier and angrier about this.
Yeah, I get a lot of left-wing media question is here in the Capitol, and it's all about what are we going to do? Wait a minute. The Democrats have voted 13 times to shut their government down, 13 times not to pay our veterans, not to pay our troops, and to cut SNAP cards. I mean, this is the Democrats. And so we're going to have to probably, Larry, to the end of the day, if they continue to just say, listen, this is all about politics, we don't care about the American people, we're not going to pass anything, we're going to have to bust a filibuster. That's what's going to have to happen. And I hate to say that. I'm not one to do that. But at the end of the day, if we ever lose the Senate, they're going to do it anyway. And so we better start thinking down the road. But the Democrats could care less about this country or the people in this country. They want to shut it down. They want to keep it shut down because it's politics all the way with Chuck Schumer. He is bound and determined to not let AOC get in this race to beat him for the New York Senate seat. But I hope that happens.
Well, we'll see. Senator Tommy Tuberville, thank you, sir. We appreciate it.